The land burns. The land burns. Russian military blogger claims without evidence that Poland is about to invade Ukraine and annex parts of Ukraine. Projection much. They have fabricated some evidence, and I will show you it in a second, okay? Like, they have created those fake questionnaires. Poland is speeding up preparations for the annexation of Lviv, which is Lviv, Ivano, Frankivsk, and most of the Ternopil regions of Ukraine. Head of the Foreign Intelligence Service of the Russian Federation, Nareshkin. Like, yeah, very, very reliable source of information. Russia, like the aggressor. Like, this is ridiculous. And Poland and Russia. I can do it because this theory is a theory that has been floating around for a long time. And it is connected to my favorite topic of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth as well. This will be a thing. I'll be saying it while playing the game because some people really love it when I discuss things when I play the game. So it's like this. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was a union between the Great Duchy of Lithuania and the Kingdom of Poland. And modern-day Ukraine was a part of it. This is like a... May I DM you an invite to Times Discord server as well? Your contribution will be... Yeah, of course. So basically it's like this. Ukraine used to be part of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and then the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth got partitioned, and Poland, like the Kingdom of Poland, like Polish people as well as Ukrainian became part of the Russian Empire, because after the partitions, national identities started forming in the lands of the former Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, okay? And then, after World War I, there was an important matter of which parts of the former Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth should belong to which newly formed nation. This caused a war between Ukraine and Poland to erupt, in which Kiev and Lviv became part of Poland, okay? So after World War I, Lviv and Kiev were part of Poland. Okay, so far so good. And so, right now, Russia is trying to... In 2014, Russia has proposed to Poland that Poland should divide Ukraine between themselves. And Poland refused this offer. Okay? In fact, like, I'm giving you a very, very, very abridged version of history, but all of it is basically correct. And now, fast forward to now, when Russia is waging war against Ukraine in an invasion, basically. And Russia, because of this invasion, Poland and Ukraine are closer now than ever. And there has been a theory, even, that during a meeting, Poland proposed merger between Ukraine and Poland to create a brand new country with a different name and a capital of Lviv. This is, of course, not true. This is a part of the misinformation that Russia started spreading, claiming that Poland actually wants to take over Ukraine. Okay? And Russia has been spreading this rumor all the time, that Poland just wants to secretly annex Ukraine and Poland is the bad guy. And that is because Poland and Ukraine are extremely close right now. There are many Ukrainian people living in Poland, and truth be told, there are quite a few Ukrainians who have been loudly saying that if Russia is to take over, they would rather Ukraine become part of Poland. The newest form of this conspiracy theory is that there is a questionnaire floating around Ukraine, which asks if Ukrainian people want to be incorporated into Poland of their own free will. And this is a fabricated questionnaire created by Russian propagandists. Okay? Because Poland and Ukraine are now closer than ever before. And that means that Russia cannot stand it and has to put a wedge between these countries. Does that make sense? Yeah? Does that make sense what I said? And this is why they are saying now that Poland is preparing to annex Ukraine, because they have spread this false questionnaire to Ukrainian people with the question, do you want to be incorporated into Poland of your own free will? Like, I need to do a bigger, proper segment on this. But I've actually very recently read about the questionnaire that has been put in Ukraine. Yeah. And that's also extra true because Poland and Ukraine are actually very close and tied by history. Poland is actually part of defeating Putin's narrative that Ukraine has always been historically Russian, while Ukraine for a long time has been part of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. People are aware that it's fake. Like, Polish people do not like Russia. This is important to... You must keep this in mind that most of basically all of the nations that formed the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth were part of the Russian Empire at one point and were part of the Russification process, you know. Polish people know the oppression of Russia as well as Ukrainian people. So basically, only very, very small, super far-right groups are against supporting Ukraine, you know? Very small fringe groups. And Russia has been trying to blow it out of proportion, saying that Polish people really don't like to have Ukrainian people around, you know? But the truth is, like, I've even seen this on when I was going back to when I was going back home, you know, there was a Ukrainian family, and there was like two slightly drunk people, you know, slightly rowdy drunk people, Polish people, and they told the Ukrainian family, yeah, throw Putin out, you know, we're with you, you know, you must defeat Putin and kick him out of your country. We support you, you know, two super rowdy drunk dudes. So this sort of shows that there's like really universal support for Ukraine, you know? If that makes sense, you know? The support is really universal. for Ukraine. And it makes sense because of shared history of Russian oppression. The land burns. The land burns. The land burns. Russian military blogger claims without evidence that Poland is about to invade Ukraine and annex parts of Ukraine. Projection much. They have fabricated some evidence, and I will show you it in a second, okay? Like they have created those fake questionnaires. Poland is speeding up preparations for the annexation of Lviv, which is Lviv, Ivano, Frankivsk, and most of the Ternopil regions of Ukraine. Head of the Foreign Intelligence Service of the Russian Federation, Nareshkin. Like, yeah, very, very reliable source of information. Russia, like the aggressor. Like, this is ridiculous. The most, like, reliable source of information surely is, like, the imperial invader. Warsaw is sure that they deserve generous compensation from Ukraine for military assistance and shelter for refugees. Polish President Duda instructed relevant services to prepare an official justification for Polish claims to Western Ukraine. The starting point in archival research in the Volyn massacre of 1943. Original post. And there is my response as well, somewhere around here. Where is it? Here. The conspiracy theory of Poland wanting to annex Ukraine has been floating around basically since the start of the war. Among other things, is to drive a wedge between Poland and Ukraine that have become closer than ever due to the invasion. Some people even joke that we are seeing the rebirth of the Commonwealth of two nations. After all, Polish, Lithuanian, Belarusian, and Ukrainian nation states used to form the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Yeah. Oh. Well, that's okay. Putin has already said it. He attacked Poland and Ukraine. Poland has not abandoned its dream of annexing part of Ukraine, said Vladimir Putin. The president for the special meeting for his Russian comrades said there you go. The Russian propaganda has said that Poland still dreams of having a country that reaches from sea to sea, which was the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. It had ports in the Baltic Sea, and it also had the ports in the Black Sea. But that was not Poland, that was the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. The Russian president mentioned Poland during his meeting with Russian historical societies. He said Poland did not abandon its dream of taking Ukraine over. The politician kept sort of trying to insisted that Poland wants to reach from sea to sea, and he alluded, of course, to returning of the borders from the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Basically, that Poland wishes to rebuild the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, but under, that's basically Poland. Okay? those types of statements are part of the Russian narrative, according to which the goal of Poland is to annex parts of Ukraine. Russia depicts Poland as an aggressor that also wants to annex Belarus, because Belarus also used to be a part of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Okay? The Kremlin propaganda is getting stronger. On Friday, representative to of security, a representative that is about security. I'm just sort of translating this in real time, so it might be a bit clunky. Of Poland, Stanisław Żaryn, pointed out that Belarus spreads lies about Poland and repeats the lies of Kremlin, which makes perfect sense because basically Belarus is a puppet state of Russia at this point, you know? According to Żaryn, presenting Poland as the biggest enemy and a threat to the existence of Belarus can be used by Minsk or Moscow to escalate. And he also said that information war against Poland has become a lot stronger in recent weeks. So basically, yeah, as you can see from this article, it's basically as I've said, since the beginning of the war, since the very beginning of the war, Russia has been framing Poland as an existential threat to the existence of the nation states of Ukraine and Belarus, and that is because they used to form the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth together, okay? Which is ridiculous on many, many levels, because when the Commonwealth existed, there were no such things as nation states. It was a union, okay? So there was no such thing as Poland dominating the rest of the regions. But right now, since this is very unfortunate that Poland has sort of claimed itself to be the main inheritor of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, when that is not the case. That is a falsehood that is being especially spread right now by the Polish government, and it just fuels Russian propaganda, you know? Because Poland, Lithuania, Belarus and Ukraine are all equal successors to the heritage of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. That is the truth of the matter. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? I wouldn't mind actually talking to Dylan Burns about these things, if he would talk to me.